Hello and welcome. Thank you all for tuning in. So something stood out to me as I was watching the coverage concerning the Sussexes and specifically Meghan in these past couple of days. And something occurred to me and I just knew I had to get on here and share it with you. So first of all, for those of you who may not know, we were all looking forward to binging Meghan's new Netflix show this week. And with love, Meghan, for now, has been postponed due to the LA wildfires. Meghan was poised to make her on-screen comeback this month. We were all looking forward to it, to her new cooking show. But she announced on Sunday that she would be delaying the premiere until March in the wake of the LA fires. In a statement announcing the news, she said, quote, "I'm thankful to my partners at Netflix for supporting me in delaying the launch as we focus on the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in my home state of California," end quote. So that's a quick recap. Now it's interesting. As I talk about the coverage, I've been wondering about all of the negativity that has been in the press concerning Meghan. It's nothing new for those of us who have been watching Meghan. I've been covering her and Harry for some years on this channel. It's not new, but it is a very interesting phenomenon to see how the negativity has been directed against this couple. Now, we know that Harry and Meghan live in Montecito. Los Angeles has been her home. She is an LA native, and Harry has made it his home. He's talked about how USA is his home. He is proud to raise his kids in the US and specifically in the state that they're in. So Meghan talked about that in her statement. She was thankful for Netflix supporting her in delaying the launch, as she said, quote, "as we focus on the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in my home state of California," end quote. So I just want to ask you all, like, really, what sometimes do people want from Harry and Meghan? It's her home state. We've seen other A-listers, celebrities going on air talking about how the wildfires have impacted them, people they know. We've seen huge actors. I'm talking about those who are just known worldwide. And for example, Jennifer Garner, she went out with World Central Kitchen. She did her part. She was rolling up her sleeves, getting stuck in. And it was interesting to see, especially for Jennifer Garner, how everyone was like, yeah, of course. It's her state. Why wouldn't she be out there? But when Meghan, who is a Los Angeles native, went out, spent the better part of a day anonymously helping out with her husband, Prince Harry, feeding people, meeting people, encouraging them, and according to the Mirror, buoying their spirits, in quotes. People were questioning her motives. And even now that she has delayed her show, critics, once again, who were hating on her for having a show in the first place, were saying, why was she now delaying the show? They were saying that the show must go on, in quotes. What? I mean, I've got to ask, what do some people want from Meghan? And it's been fascinating, as I said, in a very weird way to see that weird energy that they have for Meghan. People who have criticized her, calling her a, quote, disaster tourist, in quotes, her and Harry, knowing fully well Prince Harry, first of all, has done that, going to places where people are impacted, gone there firsthand. That's something that is ingrained in him. It's all he was primed for as a working royal. That's what they do. They go out to places, they meet with people, especially if something has happened, a disaster. That's nothing new to Harry. Now imagine something's happening in his state and they would have just wanted him to be quiet. I'm sure that whoever even decided, let's go out and help, it wasn't one person dragging the other. That's a part of his ethos. And Meghan as well, goodness, she has had a track record of giving, of philanthropy, and it wasn't PR for her. You could see it all over her face. But of course, the people had no criticism for the rest. When we've heard reports about, for example, Beyonce donating $2.5 million to the fire relief. Why wouldn't she? She lives in that area. But Meghan donating, why would she do that? You hear people asking, why do they put that in the press? What? And if, by the way, Harry and Meghan did nothing, think about this. If Harry and Meghan kept absolutely quiet, said nothing, did nothing, and just kept quiet, they would still have something to say about them, saying, how could Harry do that? This is his new home. Why didn't he step up? He's done that before. Where was he? what is going on? And for the individuals who are online still making money off of criticizing the Sussexes, as people said, it is a huge money-making endeavor. So I've wondered about that. People trying to castigate Meghan for doing what she's always done. Celebrities, entertainment organizations have pledged millions to help those who have been displaced or lost their homes. So why wouldn't Meghan herself, who has gone out there, helped, being there encouraging those who are also the first responders, who has, from a very empathetic place, postponed her show, her project, why would it be odd for her to do that as well? We have people releasing statements on how they're going to give, how they're going to support the marginalized, help those who are on the front lines. Absolute crickets for them. People saying, oh yeah, absolutely. I just want people to know that what they are participating in is actually evil. It really, really is. I've said this, if you do not like something, if you do not like someone, why watch it? Why repost about it? And for some people who monetize that hate, if you think they're this, that, or the other, if you've accused them of going out there for PR, for publicity, or, as I read the quote, being disaster tourists, in quotes, if that's your thought, I assure you that those who they met on the ground do not share your perspective. Because Harry and Meghan being there at all must have even spurred on other people who have resources to do more. And Harry and Meghan have opened up their own homes to help friends who've been affected. So it's just odd, and I want people to know that when you follow that kind of content, you are participating in that evil. And I've said it again, people who direct that hate towards Meghan in particular, they could not even handle 5% of the hate that she gets. If they find any of that hate directed at themselves, they go crying victim, they mute comments on their posts and whatnot. They love to dish it out, but they don't like to get it back in return. It's very sad. It's evil is the word. It is wrong. It is evil. If you don't like something, don't watch it. Don't talk about it. Don't amplify it. It's odd. Some of these people were waiting to monetize her show, dissecting her every body language, dissecting everything she did, mocking her, calling, as they said, they were saying she's unrelatable, saying it was staged. They were looking forward to how they were going to make money off of her show this week. And you know, the same people who were hating on her were saying, now how can you postpone that show? The show must go on. So it's very odd, isn't it? I would challenge those of you who are watching this video right now, if you really think what you do to her is good, is right, I would just like you to take a minute and step back and put yourself in that position that even when you do something good, people pretend to know what your motive is. And they even go ahead to say that they're doing this for the cameras, saying they brought their own cameras and that they're doing this for, you know, their own personal motives and are not good. How can you know that? How could you possibly know the motive of the couple going out there? And someone said this, you can't judge someone by intentions, judge them by their actions, because at the end of the day, all we know is that Harry and Meghan have put their money where their mouths are. They've gone out there, given their time, a whole day of just serving the residents, people who were affected, supporting, encouraging those who are there on the front lines. And yes, monetary donations as well. What would you rather them have done? Do nothing and then still get so much blame and criticism online? It's actually evil. You need to take a minute and think about what you're supporting when you watch these hate content videos and updates and posts. You are contributing to that, and you know fully well if that hate was directed at you when you were trying to do good, you would not stand for that. And it does remind me a bit of Princess Diana and what she went through. Remember when she went for the landmine campaign, and what was she called? A loose cannon. People were out there talking about what her motive could be. How do you know that? Because here we are decades later and people are still benefiting from what she did. All you have at the end are her actions. You know nothing of her intention. So for those of you who sit on the sideline, you don't do anything, but you are very good at the keyboard warrior part of things. You are very good at criticizing. What are you doing? Have you given anything? That's why I'm saying this is actually something evil. It's evil what they do. And it is interesting. There's something that Earl Spencer said. when he was speaking about his sister. And he spoke about how the press often vilified her. And there's a quote. Let me get this for you. He said this, quote, "There is no doubt that she was looking for a new direction in her life at this time. She talked endlessly of getting away from England, mainly because of the treatment that she received at the hands of the newspapers. I don't think she ever understood why her genuinely good intentions were sneered at by the media, and why there appeared to be a permanent quest on their behalf to bring her down. It's baffling. My own and only explanation is that genuine goodness is threatening to those at the opposite end of the moral spectrum." End quote. So think about that for a minute, and what's happening and what's been happening to Duchess Meghan. She, as I mentioned, even before Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, was a royal, she has well-documented charity work. We've talked about her going to Rwanda, and we've talked about her also going to India, focusing on raising awareness for women's issues. But this is something that is more low-key. During her time in Toronto, when she was still an actor, she volunteered for the Community Meals program of St. Felix Center and donated food from the set of Suits. I remember one of the people who were part of that production said when Meghan witnessed them getting ready to throw away all of the food on the set that the actors had not eaten and those in the crew had not eaten, she would not stand for that. She made a way for all of that food to be donated to those who would need it, so the food would not just be needlessly thrown away. So she has been someone who has given back. As I said, it's not new to her. That's something that Doria instilled in her, and it's something that when her and Harry get together, it's like it just goes to a whole new level. So it's very odd, once again, as I said, people saying that she's doing all this because suddenly, it's something that's new to her and she's just trying to get PR. Was she trying to get PR all those days ago from the set of Suits when she was donating food from the set? So people stop. And by the way, I want to remind you all, for those of you who say, oh, she deserves the hate, she disrespected the Queen. I would like you all in the comment section just to dash there and tell us straight away how she disrespected the Queen. And for those of you who say, oh, because I assure you, you are all just repeating that. Meghan has had nothing but good words for Queen Elizabeth II. She spoke about how the Queen was nice to her. The Queen welcomed her on that train trip. The Queen put her shawl over Meghan's legs to keep her from being cold. She has never actually disrespected the Queen. Guess who feels disrespected by Meghan? Guess whose hate most of you are carrying? It is the hate of the tabloid media, who Harry and Meghan have taken to court time and time again, who are absolutely incentivized, most of them, to publish negative, evil articles about the couple. Whenever they do good, they are right there to tell you how something isn't working. And also, those of you who are carrying on Piers Morgan's, in particular, imagined slight against Meghan, because apparently, according to his version, when he met Meghan and he put her in that cab off to Harry, she disconnected herself from him. Even Piers Morgan, whether that story is true or not, does he think that Harry would have had or tolerated a woman in his life with a direct line to a tabloid reporter like Piers? He doesn't trust Piers. I'm sure the minute she might have even mentioned that she knew him, he was like, you're cutting that guy off. Harry hates the tabloids in the UK for the part they played in making Princess Diana's life miserable. So how is he going to be like, okay, yeah, Meghan's cozying up to Piers Morgan? Some of you, the hatred and bitterness that you have for Meghan, it's just something that you are picking up from the tabloids, picking up from Piers, who's just had this huge chip on his shoulder against Meghan for not getting back to him, for not cozying up to him and being buddy-buddy with him. So once again, step back. Before Meghan knew Harry, she was in charity work, nothing new to her. And when Meghan became a senior working royal, she became interested in the Hub Community Kitchen, published Together Our Community cookbook, and the proceeds of the book donated £8,000 to the charity at the time. And even now, the proceeds from the book are still impacting them. So many of you, the grudges you are bearing against the Sussexes are directly from the tabloids, from people like Piers Morgan, who believe that he should have been in Meghan's life. And she said, no, everyone has a right to say, no, I would not like that. So please stop. It is evil. If you don't like them, don't watch them. If you're following channels that are monetizing hate, you are part of the hate as well. And you know you would not like any of that directed at you. And if in all the criticism you are justified, remember to keep that energy for any other celebrity, A-lister, actor, singer who goes out there to the front line, and you have to give them the same energy you gave Meghan and heckle them all the way home, call them disaster tourists, and on and on. And if you do not do it, question yourself as to why it's only Harry and Meghan who got your ire and hate when they went out there. I would challenge those of you who make hate content on the Sussexes to stop making it for a month if it's truly about the fact that you loathe that couple. And I bet many of you cannot do so because they are the way you generate your income. So as I said, it is quite evil. I truly wonder, and I would like to know your thoughts on that in the comment section. So I would like to encourage Harry and Meghan to do even more for LA. Do more, show up more. Those who hate would have had something to say if you kept quiet. Do more, show up, cook more food, bring it out. Don't let people silence that compassion and empathy that you have in your hearts. You don't need their permission, and if they want to go out and help, they don't need anyone's permission either. So share your thoughts on that in the comment section below. As always, before we log off, allow me here to thank those of you who support this channel financially and shout out a couple of you here by name. A very special thank you to you. Barbara F. Smith. Thank you for the continued support and kindness that you've showed over the years. Your kindness has touched me, and I thank you for being a part of this channel. You make this community so much better. I love you. God bless. And a very special thank you to you, Lydia Washington, who is one of the channel moderators on this channel as well. Lydia, I love you and appreciate you. Thank you once again for your kindness, for going above and beyond, and for choosing to support this channel tangibly, financially. Thank you for every way that you have shown your love over the years. You've been so consistent, and I send you a very warm internet hug. Thank you. Once again, thank you to all who support this channel financially, and to those who like, comment, and share. Thank you. Leave your thoughts on all this below. I love you all. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.